another day, another grind. We're here on Altdorf outskirts, and the Wood Elves, led by Iaido, fighting against Vampire Coast, and they are led by Unlucky Spotify. Yeah, I had a little bit of a practice session with Unlucky Spotify, which you probably, who you probably saw a couple of times on the replay. So yeah, Wood Elves here usually going first with the Glade Lord, then with a couple of Starfire Shafts. We have a Dragon, then we have Glade Riders with Spears, another Glade Rider with Spears unit, Shaft units here, Dryads, stuff like that, and then Wild Riders in the woods. For Unlucky Spotify, as you can see, Count Nactylus, and he has his Morngulls. He has Zombie Pirate Decadent Mobs. He has Night Terrors. Then on the backline here, Shadow Raid Gunners and Animated Hulks. And on the flanks, Felbats, which what I didn't see were those Scurvy Dogs. And those Scurvy Dogs will really surprise my units. I was pretty surprised how strong they are when they come from the back. So yeah, we have the Spellsinger with Shadow here, but Scurvy Dogs coming from everywhere, and they're jumping from the back into my Glade Riders, and you can immediately see how much damage that made. Dryads here fighting the Scurvy Dogs, basically pretty good matchup. I'm immediately going with the Starfire Shafts here on it. Felbats now focused because, well, as you can see, I don't have that many archers, right? So I have to protect what I have. Moving in here, I don't know why they are going into melee range, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, you can see Glade Riders immediately down. Breath attack onto the Felbats here, pretty nicely done, but I can't stop them really. They're now fighting my Glade Lord, but meanwhile, Unlucky Spotify is approaching with his chaff units. Count Noctilus stays in the back, probably. Well, he will cackle when he needs to. And now Dryads go into the Depth Guards. We have Eternal Guards here standing. Dragon went down to crunch down those Felbats here. Well, the other Felbat unit got trapped, so we can shoot them a little bit down, I guess. Yeah, kind of. But immediately, Eternal Guard. No chance whatsoever against this Depth Guard here. I basically also blundered that, because Depth Guards, I was thinking that are the chaff units here, the Zombie Pirate Deckhand Mobs. But in the heats of battle, I didn't really notice that. Scurvy Dogs are jumping also into this blob here, and I'm basically done. I'm overrun on the right flank here. Dryads now. I don't know. I have to say, I need a mechanic maybe that you can put those not on guard or not on follow all the time, but kind of like fighting the next unit that is next to you, like favorable. That would be pretty nice. Trying to use my Spellsinger here, but Smoke and Mirrors activated, and yeah. Malkos going down here, making those units a little bit slower, and the Dragon with a nice breath attack was here, probably using it onto those Deckhand Mobs. Pit of Shades going down really nice here in the middle of those two units. So this Pit of Shades was pretty strong. Here you can see Glade Lord trying to defend those Dryads. And now on the back flank, a little bit too late. Also, Spotify told me they came a bit late, but they're coming, and they're jumping into the Shadow Raid Gunners because, well, as you can see, those units are not even in range to do anything. But meanwhile, when you look at that, I only have the Spellsinger here. One last poor unit of Eternal Guards holding firm. The dragon is here and he is doing okay-ish, but still no chance whatsoever. Glade Lord? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get airborne so I can use another breath attack. Shooting Arrows of Kurnos into, I guess, Count Noctilus. It doesn't really matter at that point. He is too high on HP. Malcolm's activated on those zombie paradeccan mobs, and basically from here on now, you can see, yeah, I'm winning the fight over there. I mean, the shooters are offline, kind of. Probably should have used one unit and go from the back. Maybe jump into the animated hulks here. They are anti-infantry, so that's not like... They're not a big threat, I would say, right? Yeah, but dragon here, breath attack once again onto the Death Guard. And another Malkos activated. Well, just trying to probably yeah, juke them around here, make them slow. Maybe I thought I have a chance, but to be honest, yeah, you can see here, Glade Lord has to run off those like 5 or 6 units here that are chasing him. The dragon also airborne now. He can't really help as well. And on this side here, yep, my Wild Riders. Sorry guys, like names I won't get them. That's why I'm always reading them. They're kind of, the Wild Riders are here fighting pretty nicely, but I would probably have to use them over here somehow. Maybe a charge from there or something. A cast is going down, so we have Frostbites here. The Chilling Aura is also, and yeah, those attacks are pretty strong. So last fight, 2 dragons, 1 fight. And our dragon really has a tough time to fight off the night horrors. So let's fast forward here, because now my riders are coming in. They're fighting Count Noctilus, but I'm not really into that skirmish there, and the game was done. Let's get into the values. So first of all, yeah, those scurvy dogs, they really surprised me. I didn't see them coming. I saw the fell bats for sure. That's why you can see there is not much value on them. But scurvy dogs really destroyed me. Other than that, well, the Shadow Raid Gunners didn't do... Yeah, they didn't do great. Like, they were all the time away. But the Death Guards, I didn't really have anything that can kill them effectively, I would say. My dragon, pretty much not that good. And then you look... Yeah, there's really nothing that performed. Like, once again, my backline was broken pretty quickly. Even though I tried to protect them with the Glade Riders, but, well, they were surprised from the back. Yeah, so let's get into another matchup that I had against Unlucky Spotify. Alright, and we are back in the Forest of Shadows, where the Wood Elves meet Nurgle, which are trying to infect or infest. I don't know how you say that. The forests in the Wood Realm, and this time, yeah, different approach here. So Spotify, let's go for Spotify first. He came with Tamarkan, but not on his rider's pet thingy. So he is here. Then we have Plague Ogres, we have Chaos Warhounds, Chaos Knights of Nurgle, and then a lot of Forsaken, another Plague Ogre, and Chaos Knights. For me here, as you can see, we have So we are here in the Forest of Shadows, where the Wood Elf defend their homeland against Nurgle, and yeah, it's Yaido against Unlucky Spotify or Smiting Samurai, if you know me. So let's get into the match. And so for my army, as you can see, Sisters of Twilight this time. Then we have War Dancers, Blade Guards with Hagbane tips. We have Lokes Tricksters, so War Dancers, special RR unit, and the Wildwood Rangers here in the front. Plus, yeah, War Dancers once again, and a Spell Singer with Shadow. In the woods here, one unit of Glade Riders with Hagbane tips, another Glade Rider with Hagbane tips, and then the rest, Wildwood Rangers, Glade Guard, and Dryads. Over here, Tamarkan did forget his pet, Salamander. Then Plague Ogres, couple of Chaos Warhounds, Forsaken, a lot of those. Chaos Knights of Nurgle, and on the backside here as well, Chaos Knights of Nurgle. So yep, let's get into it. And fast forwarding here, Tamarkan is moving in, and I'm immediately shooting with a little bit of distance here into the first Forsaken. Now I am, trying to pull back my Glade Riders to protect them. Those Chaos Knights can come in, and here in the woods we immediately, I'm trying to get into those Warhounds here to push them off, and that basically works out somehow. The Chaos Knights of Nurgle but coming in here, and now I have to like focus fire a little bit. I'm leaving the woods to get a little bit of distance here against those, and nice shots from Sisters of Twilight into Tamarkan. And yep, Unlucky Spotify is really trying to go for my Glade Riders here, but those Loic Tricksters, right, they're doing the work of a super unit. So they're holding firm against those Chaos Knights here. We have another Wardens of Citruel. They're punching down those Plague Ogres, even though they're probably, let me check here, they're probably favored. Nah, not really. So we have Forsaken is probably the unit that will crunch them down. War Dancers fighting off the Forsaken really well, and with the support of the Glade Guard here, plus the Sisters of Twilight, nice Pit of Shades is going down by my caster, I assume here, and that is deleting those Forsaken and even the other Forsaken unit. So Tamarkan now really very, very deep here, and Unlucky Spotify told me he was just trying to fight and not run off, right? I was a little bit surprised why he went in, but Tamarkan is now really, he is poisoned, and he can be now really, shot down, move around. Yeah, as you can see, I'm moving away, moving my Spell Singer as well. On this side here, you can see he is focusing with his Plague Ogres on my Glade Guard, which is running off in the woods here. So pretty interesting. We still have the Glade Guard fighting the Warhound, so that's a very, very long fight. And Chaos Knights will probably deal with the Wildwood Rangers. But to be honest, as long as they are not fighting somewhere here, I take that, because I still have a little bit of the high ground, so to speak, because I'm in the woods. So it's like an home game advantage. Dryads here still fighting in the woods, so again another unit that is basically stopping this Forsaken here. Yep, and now I'm just trying to snipe down Tamarkan. Tamarkan is going for the Spell Singer here, and she is trying to hold him off a little bit, but yeah, I think that with all those shooting that we have here, he is probably having a hard time. He can heal up for sure, but those shots are really, really hurting, right? And when you look at the middle, we still have a couple of War Dancers and the Wardens of Cithril here. So now I am trying to go for the point, right? I don't think I should go here into the woods and fight. maybe I can try to yeah, lure him out. And nice breath attack here onto the Chaos Knights. And my Glade Riders, they're pretty good in this matchup. Melkor's activated, so I'm watching that now and I'm feeling like a pro player here. Tamarkan really on his deathbed, 600 HP left. He is probably going down soon. I expect here. Maybe I know even. Yeah, he will go down. And the Forsaken now running in. I'm changing my shots into the Forsaken. Glade Riders here. They have still 3 ammunition, but it doesn't matter as long as I can, well, fight Tamarkan. And now he's on 300 HP. So he is basically really going down now. And I was a bit afraid, I assume, because my other units are now moving into the front line here, fighting Tamarkan, and maybe that's the problem. Like, terror routes could come in. We have 1 unit of Glade Riders here, over here. They're still probably shooting a little bit into the Forsaken, but as long as my Sisters of Twilight are pretty healthy, and I think they didn't even activate their passive with the healing, right? So I would say Tamarkan is down, and now leadership issues will come. Melkor's activated for the Plague Ogres. They don't know what to do. They're just standing still. They're not quick or fast. And army losses kicking in. And there was the W. So Tamarkan, yeah, he couldn't really do a lot. I mean, when he was in the mids and could fight, that was okay. But all the poison arrows were pretty much, yeah, too much for him. On the other side, like those Chaos Knights of Nurgle, they had to fight those ROR spear units, and that was pretty great. Once again, Unlucky Spotify is using his Warhounds pretty nicely, so in general, I need to find something to stop units like this. So now for me, when you look at that, Sisters of Twilight, I would say good support, unscathed, untouched unit here for sure. Spellsinger, some Melkor's activations were pretty clutch and good. Then yes, well, Wildwood Rangers here, yeah, they paid for themselves. When you look at the War Dancers and the Wildwood Rangers, the RR versions, kind of a little bit mediocre, but they hold their ground. And that was the first time I'm really using more than one RR unit, and it paid off. Once again, I'm not good at archers. I'm playing an archer faction and I'm not good at it, but here I would say Glade Riders did a pretty good job. Yeah, that was 1-1, and there were 2 more matches which I show you the next time, but for now I'm gonna fetch myself a green tea.